So good evening, YouTube. Hope everyone's having a wonderful evening. I'd imagine most people probably are, unless you're a Man United fan. They're getting absolutely hammered at Old Trafford. It's 3-0, unless they've scored in the last couple of minutes, which I haven't been watching. But yeah, 3-0, and it's just too easy. But anyway, less of them. Let's talk about us. Our transfer window has seen us linked to about 1,001 players. We've not signed any of them yet. And a week of the window has gone, and there's about just over 24 days. So well over a week has gone. Actually, it's 24. Yeah, I can't even do my maths. 24 days of the transfer window left, so just over a week has gone, or near a week has gone. But like I said, all the talk has been about players linked: Jerome Boateng, Rabiot. Who else we've been linked to? Thomas Lemar. I'm surprised Julian Draxler hasn't popped out and go, whoa, pick me, pick me. He seems to be out there every single transfer window, but he hasn't popped up yet, bless him. Then we brought back Eddie Nketiah. And then we got talk of Xhaka moving to Hertha Berlin. Then we got talk of Aubameyang leaving and going to Barcelona, Madrid, Inter Milan, anywhere else that they want to link him to. The fact and reality is, it's all a little bit hit and miss at the moment. Nobody really knows. I think some of these people just get fed stuff. Like I said on previous streams, like I did on the transfer video this morning. When a story links Arsenal to a player or a manager like Arteta, that's great news. The fan base say, "Yay! It's fantastic news. It's real news. It's real news." Soon as it's a story about Aubameyang getting linked to Barcelona, no, it's fake news. Well, it's the same journalist, mate. So, you can't have it both ways. At the end of the day, players get linked to clubs, and there's reasons for that. Either the player's agent has put it out there to get him a new deal, which probably is the case in Aubameyang's situation. Probably the case in maybe Granit Xhaka's, although Granit Xhaka's a different scenario. Granit Xhaka probably does want to leave, if I'm honest. And I want him to leave. Aubameyang, listen, I want him to stay, but if he don't stay, I ain't going to cry over it. But the reasons these players get linked to other clubs is because the agents put it out there, because players' families put it out there, because the clubs put it out there. And like I've said before, it's no coincidence that David Ornstein hardly gets any Arsenal news anymore since Wenger, Gazidis and Dick Law all got left or sacked or whatever happened. So I find it quite funny, but they do get a little bit of information, and that, like I said, comes from people within the club, players, managers, whatever it may be. But tonight, I've just, in the last half an hour, read a report suggesting we're only going to loan players this month, which I do kind of see that, if I'm honest. It's not what I want us to do. I'd rather us just go out there and buy some players, but can't always do that, especially in January. And we've seen loan signings over the years, Kim Kallström, Denis Suarez, not really quite work out. So, Jerome Boateng, he could be a possibility for a loan signing. Not that I want him. Upham and Kano, we've been linked to as a purchase. I don't think they'd ever loan him to us with an option to buy. So we're going to have to start looking at some players if that is the case, but that will only come on a loan with a view to buy. But at the same time, that's probably not the worst thing. Let's go out and do £60 million on a player, and then in 6 months' time, we all realise he ain't all that. Then you've done 60 million quid, isn't it? So, yeah, I think maybe the loan system could be the best option for this window. Maybe get a few players off the books as well. Maybe get Mustafi out, although we have got a defender crisis at the moment. But we do need to get a few players out. Eddie Nketiah is another one that I'd get out on loan again, and I think that in a week or so's time, we're going to see whether we are actually taking this window seriously, or whether we're actually just going to loan. If we are going to loan, our fans need to keep their shit together and just chill out. It's all well and good saying we should go out and buy this person and buy that person. That's great. That's what I'd love us to do. But it ain't Football Manager. And it's not easy to get a transfer done, especially when these clubs, for some reason, leave it until the last 2 weeks of the window to get everything tied up. I don't understand why they're not looking now or in December or November and saying, right, in January, we want him, we want to pay X amount, and start negotiating 3 months ago. Instead, it's okay. Well, we'll leave it to the last week, and then we'll say no one's available. You know, and it just winds me up sometimes. But I do get it. January is probably not the best time to buy players. For me, I'd scrap the window anyway. I think it's stupid. I'd scrap both windows. Just have it whenever you want. Yeah, just like it used to be. If we want your player, we're going to bid for him. Yeah, why can't you do that? You know, why does there have to be a set time to go and purchase a player? I've never understood that. You know, managers can move left, right, and centre whenever they want. You know, so why can't players? I've never understood why they put that in place. But there we go. Yeah, I bet Goldbridge is going nuts, isn't he? I did actually sound my stream earlier on. I hope they get spanked about 7-0. But yeah, Ollie's probably going to get sacked soon. I'll have a San Miguel to that one, baby. Ollie's at the wheel. Ollie was at the wheel and he done really well. He had, what, 10 wins? 10 wins out of 12, I think it was, or 10 out of 11. I think he's only had 10 out the next 29 after that. And that, my friends, is exactly why I don't get carried away and why I won't get carried away with Arteta as manager right now. Because look how Man United went on when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came in and they were, Ollie's at the wheel and all that crap. And now look at them. They're getting absolutely battered by Man City. And Man City are in second gear. They ain't even trying. You know, some of the passing, the first goal was sick. What a goal. But the second one, the way he just rounded the goalkeeper and tapped it in. And then the third one, Kevin De Bruyne's selling dreams, man. My man sat him back on his backside. I think he'll be sacked tomorrow evening, Joanne. I hope you're good, darling. I reckon he'll be sacked as well, if I'm honest. I think getting embarrassed at home to your noisy neighbours is not the one, is it? And let's be real, they're fifth in the table. Yes, they've got a chance to get top four, but they ain't playing for him. They ain't played for him for months. I wish we had Unai Emery back, says Ayub, 4 volts. Well, listen, it's funny because I said a couple of weeks back when Arteta first got the job, I think we played Bournemouth. Yeah, Bournemouth was his first game, wasn't it? These players are a disgrace, man. Some of these players are an absolute disgrace. I don't think Emery was that bad a manager, but they didn't play for him. So ultimately he had to go. It's as simple as that. Because you can't get rid of 25 players in one hit. You can get rid of one manager very quickly. So I get why they got rid of him. I don't think he was that bad. I just think them players take liberties. And this is why I'm not getting carried away. I've seen people saying that, oh, we're back. We're going to get back to the big time. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And the funny thing is, I was talking about this in a group chat earlier with my pals in that. The funny thing about it is a lot of people are saying, right, that's it. Arteta's in, quality now. We've got to back him. We've got to give him loads of money and this and that. A lot of these people that are saying this are cronky out. And they're the same people that have sat there saying, we don't spend any money. They're a disgrace. Get him out, get him out, get him out. Why do you suddenly now think that we're going to back him? I just don't get the mentality. At the end of the day, you're more likely to back a manager that's proven he's done it and he can do it. And Emery did do that than to back a manager that's in his first managerial job. So if anyone thinks that we're going to go out and do £200 million or £150 million or whatever it may be, I think you're going to be very disappointed because we ain't going to do that, especially in this window. I don't think we'll be doing it in the summer window. Maybe 100 million, 110, 120. We ain't doing more than 130, or 140, which is what we've done in the summer. We ain't doing that again this summer, I don't think, unless we get rid of the likes of Aubameyang, Granit Xhaka, players like that for big money. And to get rid of all of them in one hit, I don't think it's going to happen. And then to replace them all, I don't think it's going to happen. So I think there's going to be an awful lot of disappointed Arsenal fans come the end of January and the end of the summer when Arteta's not been backed as much as they thought he would. I may be wrong. Listen, if he is back, then fair play. But I don't think he will be. City steamrolling United, happy days, and Ollie in. Big up, Rabba. Big up yourself, bro. Thank you for your donation, mate. They are getting absolutely poleaxed. It's hilarious, mate. They should be 5 up, no joke, bro. They're not even trying. It's funny, man. They're just taking liberties. Arsenal 102334. Evening to you and to you, Taib, and to Mod Adam And everybody else in the chat, Man City will smash us if we get into the final. I'm shitting it already. Not so confident and cocky now, are you, Georgie baby? You will get to the final as well, though. You will. I think you'll beat Aston Villa. Although it won't be easy. Villa are half decent, man. So yeah, it won't be an easy game. But they've lost their midfielder, haven't they? McGinn, is it? He's out for about 3 months. So I think they're about to get Danny Drinkwater from Chelsea. Yeah, good one. That worked out well for him, didn't it? What's your opinion on Arteta after 4 games? That's a good question. And thank you for your donation, mate. I appreciate that, Anthony, as always, mate. My opinion on Arteta, I think the first game, you could see that the players wanted to play for him. I think he made that pretty clear in the press conference. You either shape up or we're shipping you out. I don't think we played that great in the first game. But, you know, the reactionary Arsenal fan base do love to bend over and go, oh, we're going to win everything. We've played 1 game and we got a draw. Yay. Then we played Chelsea. And I think that I was really impressed with that game. Yeah, I know we lost it in the end. I don't think we should have lost it. A draw probably would have been fair. Then the Man United game. Well, listen, let's not get carried away with that game, by the way. I was over the moon that we beat Man United. I cannot stand that club. Yeah, I can't stand their muggy fans. Not all of their fans are mugs, by the way. But some of them go on like they're still the best team in the world. They ain't been the best team in the world for a decade. Right? And they're in a bigger mess than us. And the reason they're in a bigger mess than us is because they're a bigger football club than us. Right? So they've got bigger issues. Yeah, they've got players at that club that, listen, you know, so Fergie must be sitting there seething. But after that Man United game, I sat there and I looked at that Man United team and I thought, you know what? That's one of the worst Man United teams I've ever seen in 37 years. That is one of the worst teams. Yes, we battered them and we did batter them, right? But then after that, it's 3 games in. Everyone's getting all lively. Oh, yeah, Arteta. I was getting people on here going, oh, I'm glad Arteta's making you eat your words now. Yeah, we've won 1 out of 3, mate. Right. Then last night, Mesut Ozil went back to the Mesut Ozil that we've seen for 3 years. Granit Xhaka was the sloppy Granit Xhaka that we've seen for the last 3 years. Aubameyang wasn't in the squad. He was ill. So Lacazette was up front. Couldn't trap a bag of cement in that first half. He was getting pocketed by a championship defender. And I was just sitting there thinking, well, this is exactly why I'm not going to be reactionary with it. You know, second half, fair play to the lads. They came out. So I'm going the long way round about answering your question. I liked what he said in his press conference, the first ever press conference. I liked it. I liked what he said in every press conference, if I'm being honest. I like what he said last night. He said, if I don't like something and they're not doing what I like, I am going to tell them. Yeah, and he apparently shouted at them. He was going mad at them at half time, and they came out and they'd obviously listened because they battered Leeds in the second half. So it's obviously having an impact. The thing that worries me is not so much Arteta, it's the players. Yeah, it's the players. Yes, I didn't want Arteta as manager, but them players are a disgrace. A lot of them, not all of them, a lot of them are a disgrace. They down tools for Arsene Wenger, some of them. They down tools for Unai Emery, most of them. And then they didn't even bother upping their game for Freddie Ljungberg. So, yes, Arteta's come in and he's got the work rate back up. But for me, and Claude's on the same page with this with me. Big up Claude, by the way. He's on the same page. The work rate should be a given anyway. We're praising people for doing what they should be doing. You know, we're praising them for running around, chasing the ball, tackling, getting stuck in. Don't get that. Well, actually, I do get that. The standards have slipped so far over the last 10 years that now that's seen as a massive achievement. Well, not for me, it ain't. We should be doing the hard work. But after 4 games, to win 2, to draw 1 and to lose 1, to have the work rate back, which, like I said, is not a massive thing. It should be there anyway. To play players in their right positions, apart from Socrates at right back, which was hilarious. And he done really well, by the way. I actually think he's done really well. But, and it is a big but, it is only 4 games in. Let's see where we're at in another 4 games. Then another 4 games. Let's see where we end the season. Then let's see what he does and what he wants to do in the summer. Because next season is where I'll judge him. This season, just do what you're doing, mate. Like I said, everybody who's watched my streams for a long time knows I didn't want him. He's here now. I have to accept it. I have to suck it up and I just have to move on. But let's see where he goes next season. Let's see what he does in the summer. So yeah, in answer to your question, and I went all the way around the houses with it. He's actually done all right. I like how he speaks in press conferences. Yeah, there's no black or white. Yeah, sorry, there's no grey. It's either black or white. Yeah, there's no middle ground. He's just saying it as it is. That is what I've wanted a manager to do at this football club for a very long time. So I'm glad he's saying it as it is. But now he's got to walk the walk after talking the talk. And my biggest fear for him is this squad. So the quicker he identifies which ones are the wrong ones, the better. And hopefully he's done that. Let's read through some more of these. Big up DJ Fury. He says 3-1 now. Oh, United have got a goal. Yay! Ollie in. Ollie in. Did Arteta steal Guardiola's jumper when he left? Do you know what? The way he acts, yeah, I can't even lie. The way he acts is very Pep-like. Yeah, he's very hands-on. He's on the pitch. He's covering the players. He's shouting. He's constantly talking. It is very Pep-like, but we shall see if he ends up being anywhere near as good as Pep. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is defensively the best right-back in the world right now. I'd probably go along with that if I'm honest. Arsenal 1-0-2-3-4. I probably would. I do actually think he's really good, Wan-Bissaka. He's crap going forward, but he's very, very good going backwards. I think if you can merge him and Alexander-Arnold together, you'd have an unbelievable right back. Yeah, like nobody would be the best. Nobody would ever surpass that right back because Trent Alexander's so good going forward, but can't defend that great. He is very good defensively, but not as good as Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Whereas Bissaka can't go forward, but can defend. So if you merged them both, that would be one hell of a player. Arsenal need a squad clear out, 100%. Dante says the Man City documentary is too good. I've only seen bits of it, if I'm honest, mate. Aubameyang ain't worth 50 million. He's over 30. I suppose he's worth what somebody would pay for him, Georgie, if I'm honest. You know, let's be real. Paul Pogba wasn't worth 90 million. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, was Granit Xhaka worth 35 million? What about Mustafi? What about Harry Maguire, who left your lot? You know, so they're only worth what a team would pay for him. But for me, at 30 years old, when his pace is going to slow up, it already has slowed up. Aubameyang's doesn't do enough off the ball, although he has done under Arteta. So I'm just going to give him a bly on that and see what he does in the next couple of games. But goal scoring, the geezer's relentless, which is why I think somebody would pay out 50 million quid for him, because in front of goal, the boy's ruthless, man. He'll score goals for fun. You always talk sense. Much love. Thank you, Raz. Appreciate that, mate. I hope you're good. I backed Arteta since day one, but I want the team to succeed, whether it's Conky in charge or not, says Dylan. Well, this is the thing. No, a lot of people think I'm Cronky's bum boy or whatever they want to call me on their YouTube channels, yeah? Cronky's mouthpiece and stuff like that. And I'm not. I just understand how a football club works. And I understand that you spend what you earn. It's the same in real life. You know, if you're getting paid £2,000 a month and you're spending £3,000 a month, you're very quickly going to go skin and into overdraft and a credit card that you're then not going to be able to pay back. And all of a sudden you end up like Bolton. So I'm not silly. At the end of the day, I'd rather a better owner, somebody that goes to games, somebody like Sheikh Mansour or Abramovich or somebody like that do actually attend games and do actually care. But at the same time, people seem to have this thing in their head that if Kroenke sells the club to somebody else, that all of a sudden we're going to plough £10 billion into it and we're going to win everything. Don't work like that. It won't work like that. Financial fair play won't allow that to work. Why do you think Chelsea now don't spend any money? I know they've been on a transfer ban. Why do you think Abramovich has closed the purse strings and said, no, we're going to run it like a business now? Because they don't want to keep getting done for financial fair play. You know, so they have to run it like a business now. And they are. And they've got a fuckload of money they can spend in January and in the summer because they've only spent a net of 125 million in the last 5 years. They can go and do 400 million pound in the summer if they want. We can't. So there we go. Let's read another 10 minutes worth of questions and comments. And now I'm going to get myself done. Xhaka's as quick as a ship. Turning ship. No, I've seen milk turn quicker than Granit Xhaka. We're switching it up, baby. Go get the Norwich right back, says Peter. Yeah, go and get Max Aarons, man. I'll take him all day long. Still 3-1 to United. Sorry, to Man City. You always know what you're talking about. Do you know what? Thank you, Kerry. I appreciate that. And I know you watch my channel religiously, so thank you. Listen, at the end of the day, Arsenal fans are swayed, yeah, very easily by people that might have a bigger account than them, right? And that's not trying to mug off other people or trying to say people with bigger accounts are special, because they're not. I mean, I watched Sky Sports today. Big up Expressions, by the way. I like him. He's sound, that guy, yeah. But the way Sky Sports have called their little segment, influence in, what's it called? I don't even know what it's called. It's something to do with influencers, social media influencers. I don't like that word, influencer. Who are you influencing? I'm not influencing anybody. I'm just giving you my opinion, you know. And I think that's a bit disrespectful to the people that watch it. You know, the way Sky have dressed that up as influencers. No, Expressions does his videos. And if people like them, cool. And if they agree, cool. Same as I do mine. Same as Troops does his. Same as everybody else does theirs. I don't see myself as an influencer. People might sound deluded. I ain't influencing no one. Yeah, I'm just putting my my thoughts and comments out there. And if people agree with it, sweet. I think the way Sky have dressed that up, bang out of order, because they're trying to say that people that watch that are influenced and easily swayed and can't make their own mind up on something. Yeah, which is way out of order. Seriously, I think that's so bang out of order. It's unbelievable. That's basically saying that people that watch a YouTube channel, i.e. his or Flex or anybody else, they are so thick that they can't make up their own mind, that they have to be influenced by them. That's so disrespectful. Yeah, I think that's a biggest, like calling a sheep. Exactly. That's a better way of putting it. A better way of putting it. And I think it's out of order the way Sky have done that. I've met Expressions, yeah. The guy's sound. I never liked him, if I'm being straight. He knows this. I told him this. Couldn't stand him. Didn't watch his videos. Didn't like him. Nothing. I met him. He is the soundest geezer. Yeah, and he even said to me, he goes, I've seen you cuss me on Twitter. I've seen you like ripping me apart. Yeah, we had a chat and we were talking. He's sound. And now we follow each other, swap phone numbers. He's sound as a pound. And I'm quite sure if you said to him, are you an influencer? He'd say no. I'm sure of that. Yeah, because he ain't influencing anybody. He's just doing what he's doing. And I think it's horrible the way they've done that. That's basically like Kings of Stephen, who says, that's basically saying people that watch stuff or follow people with bigger accounts are basically sheep. That is disgusting. Yeah, it's somebody else's opinion that goes out to a bigger audience. Cool, I get that. So, for example, my channel is bigger than next channel, but it's smaller than another channel or another channel or another channel. So where does the level go then? Where does it stop? Like, what's the level to get to be classed as an influencer? I'm giving you my opinion. Yeah, whether you take it on board or not, whether you agree with it or not, I couldn't care less. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's my opinion. The same as you give me your opinions. If I don't agree with you, I'm sure you don't care less. You know, and that's how it is. If Aubameyang did run down his contract in 18 months, he will be approaching 33 and almost done. So it would be best for him to leave. Would it then be best for him to leave for free? Thank you again, Anthony. I genuinely appreciate that, mate. See, this is the biggest thing with Aubameyang, right? We could probably get 50 million quid for him, and I think we could genuinely get it this month as well. Because if we don't get it this month, he's going into the last year of his contract. Yeah, his last year of his contract starts in July, I think, 30th of June, 1st of July. So I think that if we can get 50 million quid for him, then do we take it? Or do we just let him run down his contract and let a big asset of this football club leave for nothing in a year's time or 18 months from now's time? I think that's a massive risk. You know, a massive, massive risk. £50 million could go and buy us a Werner or somebody like that. Werner's cheaper than that, actually. It could go and buy us another top drawer striker. Maybe not as good as Aubameyang, but it'd be somebody we could keep for the next 5, 6, 7 years. So listen, this is why these people get paid a lot of money at the club. Yeah, they've got to make that decision. Me personally, if we don't sign him up to a contract, a new contract, by the end of this month, he's going to go for nothing, because he would have fully played the game the same as the rest of them, the same as Ramsey, the same as the Sanchez, same as Mesut Ozil, albeit he signed in the end. But they're all playing the game. So yeah, maybe just take the money. Maybe just take the money. Thank you, Arsenal 1234. You seriously need to change that name, though, bruv. But thank you for your donation, mate. Do you think is Southgate's #1 choice at right back for the next Euros? I think Trippier, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Walker are equally as good going forward. Wan-Bissaka is the best defensively. Tough choice, though, isn't it? Well, this is the thing. We are pretty covered in that right back position. Out of the 4, I'd only take 2 of them, and that would be Trent and that would be Wan-Bissaka. The other 2, Trippier, not for me. Not for me. And Kyle Walker, as good as he still is, I think it's time to move on from that and go towards the future now. Because Walker ain't going to be there in 3, 4, 5 years' time, is he? Let's be real. Alexander-Arnold and Wan-Bissaka all day long. Out of the 2 to start, it's a tough one, man. It's a tough one because, like I said, Trent's so good going forward and Wan-Bissaka's so good going backwards. So maybe start both of them, play one right back and one right wing. I don't know. But thank you for that, mate. Appreciate it. Do appreciate that. How is Chig? I haven't spoken to him today, Ackerman Guna. I haven't spoken to him. Let's read through some more of these. You're hilarious. Thank you. Half of the Arsenal fan base every time. Oh, Jesus Christ. Because they fight each other instead of fighting together to get Kroenke out. Amazing how everyone of the channels has shut up about Stan. This is the thing, Arsenio, yeah? Right? This is the thing. When we are playing well, nobody mentions the owner. Nobody. When we went 22 unbeaten, no mention of the owner. When we spent 140 million quid in the summer, no mention of the owner. Soon as the things start going bad, all of a sudden it's the owner. Now, like I've said 1,000,001 times, I'd rather the owner not be here. But he ain't going anywhere. So I ain't going to sit and cry about it every day. The same as Mikel Arteta's not going anywhere. I ain't going to sit and cry about him every day. But some people just like to jump on bandwagons. Some people like to use other people's names to get views because they can't get any views on their own. Some people like to subtly drop hints about who they're talking about without talking names because they're cowards, i.e., I ain't going to give them any gratification. So maybe that says the same about me. I don't know, but yeah, the teacher from Gillingham that wants to keep talking about me, mate. Why don't you actually say my name? Yeah, I ain't going to say his because my channel's double or more the size of his. I ain't going to give him no traction, which is what he wants, right? But this is the thing. Everyone seems to think they are a bigger and better fan than the other people. The teacher from Gillingham thinks he's the biggest fan on the planet. Let's all back everything. Let's back everything, yeah? Guess what, bruv? You weren't backing Unai Emery, were you, mate? Yeah? I would love to have heard your thoughts if Jose Mourinho was the manager, because I guarantee you wouldn't be backing that either. Yeah, and it's like, it just makes me laugh. Like, social media has built up certain platforms and certain people offer the back of, you could say, negativity. I don't see it as negativity. At the end of the day, our club's in turmoil, and that's nothing to do with me, you, or any other football fan on the planet. That's to do with the piss poor management of the football club. Right now, if people want to express an opinion about that and it's negative, don't watch it. Simple as that. Don't watch it. I sat and watched EastEnders tonight. What a load of crap! I won't be watching it again. I've learned my lesson. I ain't watched it for a decade. I've watched it tonight and thought, well, that's why I ain't watched it for a decade. I won't be watching it again. So, you know, some accounts have built up to a bigger level than others. Some people are jealous of other people. That's just the way the world is. Yeah. At the end of the day, I say what I say, and if people don't agree, that's up to them. That's sweet. I'm not trying to be an influencer like Sky Sports seem to think people like me that run a channel are. I'm not trying to influence anything. I'm just putting my thoughts out, and 295 people are sat listening to me. So I do appreciate that. Do drive the likes up, of course. And yeah, I just think the way social media is quite funny because there's a lot of cowards online. A lot of cowards. I see people when I sit on Twitter. I'm not going to name them, so maybe I'm a coward for that. But I don't want to put these people out there and give them any sort of gratitude or any sort of recognition. I see people out there that tell other fans that they speak to that when they see certain faces at football grounds, they're going to go and smash their face in. Well, 6 years later, they ain't smashed anyone's face in. yet they're still sitting online saying that they're going to smash that person's face in, or that person's face in, or that person's face in. Why don't you go and do it? Yeah, instead of talking on Twitter, 6 years, the same people are still chatting the same shit that they were talking 6 years ago. If you're going to go and do something, go and do it, or shut the fuck up. Yeah, and the only reason people do certain things and dig out certain people online is because they know if they talk about certain people, it will get them traction on their own platform, which is why I find it all hilarious, which is why the teacher from Gillingham, yeah, talks about me. Yeah, because he's jealous. It's as simple as that. That's why other people, I'm not going to name any of these people because maybe I'm a coward. No, I'm not. I just don't want to give them any traction towards their channels. Why should I build their channel? They sit there and chat shit about me all the time because that's the only way they can get views. And like, I don't sit there chatting shit about anybody other than Arsenal footballers that are playing shit. So, you know, then when people say, like, when people are in my comments talking about it and I have a pop at somebody, oh, you should ignore them. Oh, if somebody wants to chat shit to me, they'll get it back every now and again. So if these people want to cry that I give it back to them, tough. Yeah, don't come chatting shit to me. You know, and I find it funny that the way it's blown up social media over the last decade, it has given a voice to everybody, which is fantastic. That is the one good thing social media has done. It's built up platforms for people that can now sit there and talk to other people across the world. Fantastic. The downside to it is everyone wants to just chat shit. Yeah, and everyone just wants to check followers and, oh, how many followers have I got? How many this have I got? Oh yeah, how many likes did I get on by slagging that person? Fuck off, man. Grow up. Yeah, at the end of the day, you know, the people I'm talking about reckon they ain't doing it for views. Stop fucking lying, mate. Yeah, stop lying. You're not on YouTube if you don't want to get views. It's as simple as that. So you can sit there with your fake ass attitude and pretend you're a bigger and better fan than me. Yeah, you're on YouTube to get views. You're on Twitter to get likes and retweets. Yeah, you're not tweeting for nobody to see it, are you? You're not on Instagram for nobody to like your picture. Yeah, you're not on Facebook for nobody to like your comments. Yeah, and your posts. So when people actually realise that and grasp that concept, they can stop pretending they're better fans, because nobody's a better fan than anybody. It doesn't matter whether you've got 1 follower or 1,000,001 followers. Nobody is a bigger fan. And when people get that in their head and come back down to reality, we as a fan base might actually be better. I'm the biggest Guna fan. Facts. It's always you as well. I knew that was going to be you. I knew it was going to be you. Big up DVS Dallas. What position do we need to strengthen the most, says AJA. I think midfield. I don't think our defence is as well. Listen, our defence is shocking, but I think I've got something in my eye. 1 sec. Jesus Christ. Maybe that's karma. But I think midfield is actually worse than defence. Our midfielders don't do their jobs properly. So there we go. Yes, Lee, my G, you like my vids on Instagram. Of course I like your vids on Instagram, Flozinelli. You're my boy, man. Your house is looking sick, bruv. Yeah, maybe you'll have to build me a house. Yeah, because it does look the bollocks. I can't even lie, man. Ian Bill is a market stall influencer. Well, this is the thing. Seriously, that word infuriates me, man. That word is infuriating. It's basically saying anybody who watches them is a sheep that can't make up their own mind. Yeah, disgusting. I don't like that word at all. I think you can sell that, so I'm going to move on. Teachers are pony. No, do you know what? Not all teachers are pony. I'll tell you what, a lot of teachers, they're all very similar. Very similar. When I go and pick my daughter up from school and you start speaking to some of these teachers, they're all very pompous, is the word. Yeah, condescending is another word. Yeah, they're all of the same cloth, the ones that I've met. Yeah. I follow a lovely teacher, a lovely woman, yeah, on Instagram. Really, really nice woman. She is the nicest woman, yeah, other than wifey, right? But she's a really nice girl. But the ones I've come across and the ones I've met, pompous and condescending. Maybe that's because they think because they teach people that they're better than the other people, which, funny enough, is probably why they think they're better football fans. But there we go. Did you like the team of the year, says Sean Andre. Bruv, I haven't played FIFA for weeks, man. And do you know what? I ain't even missed it. Since I've moved to Spain, I ain't played it. And I've been there since, well, I've been there 2 months now. Just over 2 months, 2.5. I ain't missed it at all. I probably won't even play it until the new one comes out now. Mahrez ruined Phil Jones, bruv. Mahrez is a baller. I'd love him at Arsenal, man. You tell him, Lee. Exactly. So truly. Thank you. Get Tony Adams and 2 pints of lager down him, and he'll discover his old form and slide into the defence right next to Saliba. Big up Tone. Big up Tone, by the way. Big Tony Adams. Legend of Arsenal Football Club. Proper player. What we could do with him now. King of Stevenage. I ain't sending for anyone, mate. People love talking about me. Let's hope they're not surprised when they get spoken back about it. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, I just do what I do, right? I get up, I do my thing, I talk into a camera, and people come and watch it. If none of you guys were watching my streams, I wouldn't be doing this. I'd still be knocking on doors for double glazing and not liking my job. Yeah, so I'm blessed that I'm in this position where I can do this full time, and that's because of how many people watch my videos, which I'll always rate you guys for. Somebody commented on my video earlier. He said, I love the fact that even though you've got bigger and bigger and bigger, you still take time to like the comments, reply to the comments on pre-recorded videos, as well as live streams, obviously. But I'll always do that, even if I had 30 million subscribers. If the comments going ping, 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 yeah, it's a full-time job, but I can't do it all the time. Obviously, I'm out busy at times, or I'm asleep or whatever. But I'll always try and go through the comments and always try and like and reply to some of you. You know, I can't spend all day doing it, obviously, but you know, I'll always do that. And this is the thing: a lot of people don't do that. They get to a certain level and go, oh, "I've made it now." Well, I ain't made it. 32,000. Yeah, it's a lot of people. Don't get me wrong. That's a tiny little dot on YouTube. I don't want 32,000. I want 332,000. Yeah, and then we go again. Yeah, and that's the mentality I've got. Yeah, and when people get their head around it, maybe they'll stop hating. Yeah, and maybe that's why they're hating, because I have got to the point where I've done it full time and got out of the shit job that I had. As much as I'm excited about the future, as well as the same time, you have to look and say the next 48 months, it will be 20 years since the Invincibles. We needed an elite manager, says Ryan. Thank you for your generous donation, Ryan. Thank you very much. And listen, my thoughts on managers, I trigger so many people when I talk about managers. Apparently, Ancelotti was washed up. Jose now is officially washed up, apparently, because he's lost a couple of games. It's all funny, man. It's all funny. Hey, where's the doggy footsteps up the dog is upstairs, I think, mate. Yeah, I think the dog's upstairs. Unless it's run off. I couldn't run it or waddle off. Seriously, it's the biggest staff. Literally snores like a good one as well. But thank you for that, Deji. But yeah, just very quickly coming back to managers. Yeah, I agree with you, mate. I think we should have gone and got an elite manager, but we didn't. We got to back it, and there we go. Listen, do drive the likes up. I'm going to get myself out of here. I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of my evening with wifey, and yeah, man, it's all good. But thanks so much to everyone who's watched live. Thank you to everyone in the chat, and we'll have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I will be back tomorrow. It's already scheduled in for 7 o'clock, daily transfer update. Check that out tomorrow morning. Don't forget, social medias are in the description, because that's the whole reason we're all on social media, is to build up the following. So yeah, go build up the following. Latest. I swear.